It was a normal Tuesday morning, gray sky, busy street, people rushing with coffee cups like tiny trophies of survival. I was standing in line at a cafe, half awake, planning my day, when I looked up at the menu and realized something absurd. My usual oat milk latte had gone up to $6.25. $6 for coffee. I stared at it for a few seconds, thinking that's half my phone bill if I do this every day for a month. Suddenly, that hot drink didn't feel comforting anymore. It felt like a leak, small, invisible, but steady. That latte woke me up more than caffeine ever could. As I walked out without buying anything, I started wondering why I was spending money the way everyone around me did. Why did I feel guilty skipping coffee, but not guilty watching my savings vanish in the background? That was the day I decided to live differently, not just to save money, but to understand what financial freedom really feels like. That's how my journey with frugal living and financial minimalism began. From consumerism to reassessment. I wasn't always frugal. A few years ago, I was the definition of normal spending. New clothes every month, takeout 3 times a week, multiple subscriptions I barely used. I told myself I was just rewarding my hard work. But deep down, I felt like I was always chasing something I couldn't catch, a new thing, a better thing, a next thing. The more I spent, the emptier I felt. Then came the wake-up call. One evening, I checked my credit card statement and saw I had spent over $400 in a month on small things, snacks, apps, random Amazon purchases. It didn't make me happy. It just made me tired. That same week, inflation hit hard. Prices were rising everywhere, groceries, rent, even toothpaste. I realized I wasn't in control anymore. My money was controlling me. I started reading about people who practiced financial minimalism, living on purpose, not just cutting costs. Unlike old-school penny pinching, this was about clarity and calm. It wasn't about owning less, but needing less. That idea, needing less, stuck with me. And it made me curious enough to start an experiment that would change everything. The frugal experiment. What I tried, and what surprised me. I called it the Frugal Month. 30 days of intentional living. My goal wasn't just to save money, it was to see what I was really attached to. Here were my rules. No new clothes. I'd wear what I had and rediscover forgotten favorites. 1 in, 1 out rule. If I wanted something new, I had to give something away. Cook every meal. No takeout, no delivery, no, I'm too tired. Track every dollar. Not just what I spent, but why I spent it. The first week was tough. I felt like I was missing out. Friends were out for brunch, and I was home making pancakes from scratch. But something shifted around week 2. I noticed peace where there used to be pressure. My mornings slowed down. I started enjoying what I already owned, my space, my time, my food. And surprisingly, I didn't feel poor. I felt powerful. By the end of the month, I had saved over $600. But the real gain wasn't the money, it was clarity. I finally understood what I valued, and it wasn't the latte, the takeout, or the sale. It was choice. And that, I realized, is what frugal living really gives you, the power to choose your own priorities. After my 30-day experiment, I realized that most advice about saving money is the same. Cut coffee, cook at home, buy less. But that's surface level. I wanted something deeper, a way to live smarter, not just cheaper. So, I tried a few unusual ideas that changed how I think about money completely. 1. The opportunity cost check. Before buying anything, I asked myself, what else could this money do? If I spent $30 on takeout, that was 2 hours of freelance work gone, or 1 week of investing through a micro-savings app. When I saw money as time and energy, I made better choices. It wasn't about guilt, it was about awareness. 2. Reverse minimalism. Instead of cutting everything, I chose to buy one thing that saved me time or paid me back. A pressure cooker made home meals easier. A used bike saved me from Uber rides. A single course improved my income. That's smart spending, not strict saving. 3. Frugal redundancy. I built small safety nets, like an emergency pantry and a solar charger. It wasn't doomsday prepping. It was avoiding panic spending later. Being frugal isn't about scarcity. It's about preparation. 4. Social frugality. I stopped linking fun with spending. My friends and I swapped books, hosted home dinners, and traded skills. One taught guitar, another photography. It felt richer than any restaurant night. These weren't rules, they were mindset shifts. Frugal living stopped being about less. It became about more of what matters. The challenges, emotional tension, and contradictions. Of course, it wasn't perfect. There were moments I felt left out, when friends booked fancy trips or posted new clothes online. I'd wonder, am I missing life while trying to save it? Frugality also brought strange guilt. I'd question myself even when I needed something, like replacing worn-out shoes. Sometimes I went too far, mistaking self-denial for discipline. The hardest part wasn't giving things up, it was explaining it to others. People would say, "You can afford it. Why not enjoy it?" They didn't see that I was enjoying it, just differently. Then came a small failure. I splurged one weekend, buying things I didn't need. The rush faded quickly, replaced by regret. But instead of feeling defeated, I understood something new. Being frugal isn't about perfection. It's about awareness. I learned to forgive small mistakes and focus on the bigger picture. True financial minimalism isn't about saying no to everything, it's about saying yes more intentionally. Something else surprised me on this journey. Being frugal felt good for the planet too. Every time I reused, repaired, or shared, I realized I was helping more than just my budget. Less waste went to landfills, fewer plastic packages arrived at my door, and I supported local repair shops instead of fast factories. It made me see that money and the environment are connected. The more we buy, the more the world pays in pollution, energy, and resources. But when we choose carefully, buy secondhand, or keep things longer, we're quietly protecting both our wallets and the planet. Even small changes matter. Mending a shirt, refilling a bottle, or cooking instead of ordering out, they all reduce waste and save money at the same time. Frugal living turned out to be a quiet kind of activism. I wasn't just saving for myself anymore. I was saving for something bigger, a world that values what it already has. Here's what I've learned and what you can try starting today. 1. Purpose before penny. Don't just save to save. Know why you're doing it: peace, freedom, or flexibility. 2. Track opportunity, not just spending. Ask what else that money or time could give you. That's real budgeting. 3. Keep one joy purchase. Choose one thing you'll never feel guilty about: a book, a meal, or travel once a year. It keeps life sweet. 4. Build safety nets. Stock essentials, automate small savings, and prepare for surprises. You'll spend less when life gets chaotic. 5. Share the journey. Turn frugality into community. Swap skills, cook together, or teach others how to live lighter. Try it for just 2 weeks. Notice what changes, not just in your wallet, but in your mind. When you stop chasing everything, you start appreciating anything. That's the quiet power of financial minimalism, not just surviving the system, but designing your own. The time wealth shift. When I started living frugally, I thought I was gaining financial freedom. What I didn't expect was time freedom. Before, I was always in a rush, working more to afford more. But when I stopped chasing things I didn't need, I found something I'd been missing: time to breathe. I started cooking again. I took slow walks in the evening. I spent weekends creating instead of consuming. Suddenly, my days felt fuller, even though my schedule was emptier. That's when I realized money can buy comfort, but frugality can buy time. In a world that glorifies hustle, being still is a quiet rebellion. Choosing not to chase every upgrade or sale gives you the rarest luxury: peace of mind and space to think. Time wealth is the hidden treasure of frugal living. It's what makes your life feel rich even when your spending is small. Looking ahead, I know frugality isn't just a phase. It's a skill for the future. The world is changing fast. Prices rise, jobs shift, and trends come and go. But the peace that comes from needing less, that stays. I don't see frugality as restriction anymore. I see it as designing my life with intention. Every dollar I don't waste becomes a tool for something that truly matters: freedom, time, or kindness. Now, when I buy something, I don't ask, Can I afford it? I ask, does this fit the life I'm building? That question changed everything. The funny thing is, I still buy the latte sometimes. But now, I drink it slowly, knowing exactly what I traded for it. Not money, but choice. And that, to me, is the real luxury of living frugally. Now, if you want to learn more about achieving financial success, then watch this video next.